Alrighty everyone, welcome to the last part of the Tulum speed build. My god, it feels so weird to finally say this. It feels so weird to just record a voiceover because I haven't done it in so long. I think it's the longest time that I went without recording a voiceover. Isn't that crazy? Of course it is. But there's obviously a lot of answers that you probably want to be answered. There's a lot of things that I should talk about because there are obviously things that have been going on in the community while I was kind of on a break. I'm not really sure what to call my hiatus. I mean, I kind of already called it. This doesn't really matter. But yeah, I've been gone. I've been gone for, I want to say 5 months now. And that's crazy. Not gonna lie, I did think about quitting at one point. But then I kind of changed my mind, and now I don't think I really want to do it. It's extremely hard to find time to build with my current schedule, which I've been having, or should I say following, for, I'd say, the last 5 months. Well, since my school year started. And it's pretty much impossible to build. Like, honestly, the only time that I could build is, like, during the weekends. And even then, it's really hard to find motivation because, well, I obviously spend the whole week just doing things. And you know, sometimes the last thing you want to do is just work on a build. Sometimes I just want to come back home and watch a show or go out with my friends because I wasn't able to do that for an entire week. And yeah, pretty much that's how it has been for the last 5 months, like I've said. But when it comes to builds, I actually am working on 2 at the moment, even though the progress is very slow since I'm pretty busy. But I'm still making some. So one house is basically 60% done, I want to say. The other one, not so much, only at 25. I still need to finish the exterior. It's a big house. But let's be honest, I always do big houses. But I really hope that you guys will like those. Obviously, I shouldn't be really talking about them right now and getting you guys hyped up for something that might take a year to be posted, knowing me. I mean, look at this video. I'm posting it 4 months later. Like, it was supposed to be out, this part at least, 4 months ago. And I should really apologize about that. And don't get me wrong, I feel horrible. And there's actually another video that I owe you guys, which is the reviewing your shell challenge submissions. Don't worry about it. I didn't forget about that video. The thing is, I even have it recorded. I just need to edit it, which it's not that much work. But sometimes editing is the last thing I want to do. Like, as a lot of you may know, those who have been watching my videos for a while, or at least listening to the voiceovers, you guys know I hate editing. So it has always been such a big burden to me, and I can't explain it. Like, I always need to force myself to do it. And it shouldn't be that way, but it is, and there's really nothing I can do about it. So I guess that's why I've been putting it off for so long. Well, and of course, just time hasn't really been in my favor. So all of the things just pile up, and then, you know, I get to where I am right now. But I am trying to manage things, and I hope that from now on I'll be able to at least post a few times per month, maybe a few times per week, but that's very unrealistic knowing me. But here I am, at least recording something, at least putting out this video after ages. But okay, less about me, more about the build. Because, well, that's what I'm supposed to be talking about, right? You guys are watching the video for the build, I assume. Well, maybe some of you just for the voiceover. But I should talk about the build a little bit. What I'm going to do today is, basically I'm just going to be finishing up the house. So that means I'll be doing the master bedroom, which I'm already working on the bedroom part. And as you can see, we're pretty much almost done. I just need to color the room, which usually doesn't take that long. And then I'm going to do the closet. The walk-in closet, and then the master bathroom. And then I think it's gonna be the outdoor furniture left, and then we'll be pretty much finished with this house. I still feel bad for taking so long to post this. because it really isn't that hard to just put this video out there. I don't know why it took so long. But why am I even thinking about the past? It's not gonna... Me regretting things isn't really gonna change anything, is it now? I just really hope that I get to finish this, like, I don't know. I hope that you guys see this tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Or maybe a few days later. I always like to plan things. Like, I've actually been planning to record this video for now a week, and I've been putting it off because every single day I come back at like 10 p.m. or something, and I'm just too tired to do anything. So I always just tell myself that, oh yeah, you can do this tomorrow, and then tomorrow never comes. But it came today, and I hope that I won't put things off anymore, especially with YouTube. I don't know. It's been a mess, I have to admit. You know, things start getting better when you admit to things. But, okay, getting back to the house. Right. Looking back at it, this house is what, like 5 months old, right? It's still one of my favorite builds I've ever done. I don't know, there's just something about it. And I'm so proud of just, because this whole house is purely my original design. Because usually, when it comes to exteriors, they're based off from Pinterest. Of course, I always mention if they are, so if you listen to the voiceover, you know if it's my original design or not. So very rarely are my builds actually original, like, designs from the exterior. And this one was, and it turned out so nice, and like everything about it. The landscaping I love, all the areas, the layout itself, like I really did that, you know? And I like the whole flow of the floor plan. I'm just kind of repeating myself, but it needs to be mentioned. Like, I love all the living spaces, how they're all kind of connected, and I kind of like the fact that the kitchen is just in that small corner, but yet you can still interact with everyone in the living spaces, because, you know, it's not fully closed off, it's just put in the corner. So it's a great way to separate the spaces. Maybe the only thing I'd like to improve are probably the sizes of the bedrooms, especially the one upstairs, not the master, the other one upstairs. It's not particularly too big, but I mean, I guess I still made it work. But if I were to change something about the house, it would definitely be that bedroom, now looking back at it. But besides that, I really do like most of it. Like, I love especially how I made use of the indoor living. I love all the exits, I love all the outdoor areas. It really just makes this house. And then all the vacation roleplays. I remember having a lot of fun when my friend Fahida recorded her roleplay in this house. I'll link it down below just in case you guys want to check it out. It was actually... It turned out to be a really good roleplay. It wasn't just really fun to film it, but it was actually just fun to watch it as well. And I'm really glad to see that the Bloxburg community just still does roleplays, and that, you know, it's not completely dead. But yeah, speaking about the community, I'm sure you guys have heard the news, and so have I. I was a bit active when this whole thing happened, but I just kind of went offline again. Hopefully I won't do it again, but honestly I can't really promise things now, can I? But yeah, so let's talk about what happened with the game. So, as all of you may know, Coeptus and Froggy actually sold their share of Bloxburg to this Swedish company, I think. I forgot the name of their company. I really should have looked things up. Actually, I can do that right now. It's a very weird name. It's like something to do with ice cream, I think. Pretty sure they developed the Goat Simulator. No, I think Coeptus' company is something with ice cream. And then how did I forget? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I just opened Twitter. I should look it up. Right. Okay, I've now looked up everything. So, the company that bought Bloxburg is actually Embracer Group, and Coeptus' company is Coffee Stain. It's just some legal stuff. Coeptus has to, I think, have a company. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm an expert. I have no idea when it comes to legal things. I always get confused. It's just not something I'm good at. So, I'm not gonna pretend. But I know for a fact that Coeptus needs to have his own company. I don't know why exactly, but he does. And so we have that. But that's not the point, really. What do I think this means for Bloxburg? I think that's what you guys want to hear, and that's what I want to share. And I think this means that there's going to be a pretty bright future for Bloxburg. Just because, first of all, we're going to have a much bigger developer team, which will result in not only more frequent updates, but also the size of the updates. And I feel like there will also be, people who will kind of run the community in a way, or just listen to it. So we're going to get things that we want, actually, when it comes to building items, or just roleplay features in the game itself. Like, I feel like this is what we needed a long time ago, and I'm so glad to see that it's finally happening. Of course, we haven't had any updates yet, but I'm sure that the next one we're going to see is going to be something pretty cool. I suppose I kind of have an expectation for the updates, or expectations, should I say, for the updates in general. I really want to get a lot of furniture items, or just things that would make building custom items easier. Because I've been facing this problem recently, which I feel like is also part of why I haven't really been that motivated to build. It's just because custom things take so long to build. And sometimes it really just gets boring working on the same thing over and over and over again. And I feel like I'd be much more motivated if I could just work on, different builds more frequently, but I can't because it takes ages to make custom things, and knowing me, I'm a perfectionist and I want everything to be perfect, so I have to make everything custom. And it would be nice to already have those items, so I wouldn't have to make any custom ones, if that makes any sense. So I feel like that's just probably one of the main cons of Bloxburg, is just that we need to make so many custom things, because in The Sims you could just go online, you could download the CC and you already have it. And I wish it was that easy. Oh, and now speaking about future updates, another feature I'd like to see, which is kind of something that Sims already has, is a build gallery. I'm sure I've spoken about this before, but I can't stress you enough how fun it would be. Like, just imagine how easier it would be for you guys, first of all, to download my builds, and then I see that a lot of you actually struggle rebuilding my houses, which is completely understandable. But yeah, and I guess it would save me the stress of having to put out 10 parts of a build, because I could just, I could post a video of maybe 2 parts where I just put in the most interesting parts that I built. So it would save time for me and for you guys. I mean, wouldn't that be nice? I think it would be. Of course, there needs to be like some sort of system implemented, so it would make sense to put in a gallery. Another thing they would have to figure out is obviously how to get rid of the exploits. I don't know if any of you know what I'm actually talking about, but before, and I think it's still an issue, is just people exploiting and using the auto build feature, which is nasty. Technically, if you're in the server and someone likes your house and they have the exploit, they just have the ability to copy it. They just actually have the build rebuilt on their plot. And that's just, I have no idea how it works, but it does. And sometimes it's really dangerous to be in public servers because of that, if you don't want to get your house copied. So that's why usually I stick to private neighborhoods of my friends or mine, so I could avoid that personally. But yeah, not everyone has that luxury, and it sucks. It really does suck when things like that happen. Like, I can only imagine. So yeah, it would be nice if we have a solution to that problem, but I think we will. Like I said, I think the game is in good hands. Even if it was sold, Coeptus and Froggy are still working on the game. They just have a bigger team helping them, which was something we needed a long time ago. But while I was speaking about the updates, I actually almost finished the master bedroom. Right now, I'm working on kind of the last area, which is the outdoor balcony. Why did I say the outdoor balcony? Just the balcony. There's only one in this house. But it has the outdoor bath, which I thought that was such a unique feature. And I've seen so many like houses in Mexico or just in Bali where they have these outdoor showers. And I was like, I can't put a shower, but what I can put in is a bathtub. And it low-key works. I mean, I'd totally use it if I was staying here. I remember kind of listing this as an Airbnb because it makes perfect sense to be one. Like I just see a lot of friend groups or just families like coming to vacation here. Oh my god, that would be such a good vacation, not gonna lie. And with that in mind, another thing I'd like, I just can't stop with them. I always want things. But I'd really like to have, I don't know, just a map where maybe different maps that would be different themes. Because imagine how good this would look in a tropical world. Because now it looks sort of out of place with like, you know, the Bloxburg town in the background. Like it would make sense if it's a suburban house or something, but this one, it just doesn't necessarily fit in. You know, I kind of need to create my own landscape, which first of all, it was expensive as hell. This house wouldn't have been nearly as expensive if it wasn't for the landscaping. Like I remember paying at least 60 or 70,000 just for a single palm tree, and there's so many of them on this plot. It's crazy. I mean, was it worth it? Yes. But on the other hand, it has absolutely no reason to be this expensive. But it is what it is. Sorry to disappoint you, but I will not stop using the custom trees. Sadly, it's just... it became a necessity to me at this point. Yes, they take ages to do. Yes, they cost so much. Yes, they take up so much plot data. But they're so worth it because they make the build look like, I don't know how many times realistic, but it's a lot. I want to say 10 times, but I feel like that would be what's the opposite of exaggeration? I completely forgot the word. But okay, you can't blame me because it's 1 a.m. on a school night, and this was my only chance to record a voiceover, so instead of sleeping, I choose to record this, so you guys better cut me some slack, okay? But yeah, I'll try to record more, like I've said. And since it's my first voiceover in a while, I'm probably not going to stay here for much longer. Well, okay, no. Probably going to stay here for a couple more minutes. But, you know, I need to get used to this. It's been such a long time since I've last recorded a voiceover. And sometimes I run out of things to speak. Of course, I could kind of talk about myself, but in reality, I don't know how interested you guys are, and sometimes I should really just talk about the build, shouldn't I? Because it just makes much more sense. But it's already the 5th part, and I think I've pretty much said everything there is to say about this house. I mean, it's not the biggest one too, so, and I don't really have that many like fun stories to tell. Or the ones that I did have, you guys already know if you watched the previous voiceovers, which I do recommend watching if you haven't done that already. Yes, the way I speak might have changed. I guess I could talk about this, because the other day I just accidentally went through my old videos and I realized that I sound so much different. And I guess that's normal, you know, because we get older, we change. And I personally feel like a different person than to who I was like 8 months ago, 7, even 6, I want to say. This break period that I had really changed me a lot as a person. I had to learn a lot of things. It was all about self-improvement, and not gonna lie, I really did like it. And I'm not planning on stopping. I don't know, for some reason I love that as a person you can self-improve. I love that you can discover things about yourself, like a lot about the people you surround yourself with. It's just, being human is so interesting. Oh, I could talk about stuff like this for ages, but of course we didn't gather here for my philosophical talks, right? That's how they're called. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm just really rambling today. Like I said, I need to get used to this, and I also need to get better at voiceovers because I know that I haven't been doing the best job with them ever. They've always been probably the least professional part of my videos. I always just like to talk about nothing. Not that like I regret it, because it is part of me in a way, but on the other hand, it is a bit weird, right? Kind of is. But then you guys still enjoy it. Not everyone, but you can't have everyone like you in the world. You need to remember that. But if you guys would like me to touch a couple of topics related to mental health or something, I'd be down to do it. All you have to do is just let me know in the comments that you'd be interested, and well, if none of you are, that's also completely fine, because that's not what my content is kind of based around. However, speaking of content, I was thinking, I want to say a while ago, about branching out, and that idea has never really left me. Like, I've always just kind of stuck with it, and a thing I've been kind of enjoying lately, or I haven't had time for it, but I have been enjoying watching a video or two whenever I'm like having lunch or something, is just City Skylines. I love that game. It's so fun to just create your own city, and I feel like we could have a lot of fun if we were to create our own. Obviously, I'm no good when it comes to mods, so my city would look like hell. But you know, I'm all for that experience. I actually was working on a city a year ago, back when I had COVID, because I just had nothing to do. And it turned out pretty nicely. I opened up the save the other day, and I tried to expand the city even more, but then for some reason it wasn't expanding. Like, I zoned everything, the demand was high, but just nothing was popping up, and I went through all of the issues. No, I'm saying this wrong. I went through all of the possible issues, and nothing seemed to came up, so I really don't know what was wrong with that city, but maybe it was just a sign to start over, to start something new. And I was thinking that maybe I could record myself building that city. And I actually saw a couple of comments earlier when I mentioned about this idea, because it's not the first time, like I've said. I've thought about it before, and the idea really has just never left my mind. So yeah, if you would be interested in something like that, please let me know, because I'd love to do it. But I wouldn't start doing it until I actually get down to editing the shell challenge submissions. Why was that so hard to pronounce? I'm gonna blame it all on time, okay? And there's nothing you can say. I'm tired, and I make mistakes. I'm human. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys like this idea or not. And well, since this is my kind of first voiceover when I'm back, if you have any questions about pretty much anything, you can try DMing me on Instagram. So I have my DMs off on all my building accounts. That doesn't matter if it's Twitter or Instagram, they're just off. But I'll link my personal Instagram down below, as I've kind of already done the face reveal, for those of you who don't know what I look like, or I don't know, who want to find out more about my personal life. I'll link my account down below in the description, and you can see, I don't know, what I do, or just if you want to talk to me, you can DM me, and I'll try to respond to as many of you as possible when I can. I can't promise you that it will be immediately, but when I get like a second or something, I'll try to respond to as many. And yeah, we can talk, and I could answer some of your questions. If I really like the question you're gonna ask, I might just answer it on voiceover, on a voiceover for everyone to listen. Just, yeah, things like that, because I feel like you guys deserve to get some answers. But yeah, we're about to hit the 25-minute mark, and I guess I'm gonna sign off here. But it was nice to finally talk on a voiceover in a while. I definitely miss it. My English, however, it has gotten a bit worse because, well, I didn't really have that many opportunities to practice it, and the thing with languages is that if you want to keep speaking like a certain language well, you just need to, practice and use it as much as you can. So I guess I just hope that it will improve as I speak more and more. But yeah, I guess I'm just gonna sign off. Thanks for listening, and I guess I hope to see you all in the show challenge submission review video, which I don't know when it's gonna come out, but it will for sure. I can promise you that. But yeah, thank you for listening, and bye everyone.
Can make a way. Makes ways.
from there, trying to cross the sea. But it's broken, like a minor symphony. I'm gonna ask you for your heart. Try let it be the fall within us stars. And if we fall back where we were, we'll be okay. We'll be
You said you're cool and that it's alright, but you're hiding something that don't feel right. You know life is better when we just talk. When we just talk, let's talk. Baby, I'm not Potter, I got language. I ain't got no time to sit here angry. You know life is better when we just talk. When we just talk, let's talk.
You